Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue our exploration of terpenes. We're going to do an old exam problem that kind of summarizes it all. And I'm in the wrong place. Sorry about that. Hopefully, I don't know. My experience is better do it this way. I need that one? Or I don't even know. Starboard, that's me. Okay, very big. So we're supposed to circle the isoprene units. And you do remember, maybe you don't. Isoprene units are just this pattern. C, 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 C with a C. And there's a 2. Isoprene unit. It's a skeleton. Don't worry about double bonds, single bonds. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about oxygens. Ignore them. Nitrogens. Ignore them. It's all about carbon skeleton. Every carbon in a terpene gets circled once and only once. No carbons left out. No carbons circled twice. So they're always multiples of 5 carbons. And we have a classification system outlined in our notes and in the textbook. The easy ones are when there's 10 carbons, 20 carbons, 30 carbons, 40 carbons. Monoterpene, diterpene, triterpene, tetraterpene. The ones in between, the 15, the 25, and the 35 have prefixes that all start with SES. The 15 was sesquiterpene. The 25 was sesterpene. The shortest one's in the middle. It's awkward, I know. And sesquiterpene is 35. Watch the video from last Monday evening section, and they're all outlined there too. And I just need to submit one more activity 1. We're going to pass across until she gets hers all the way across, ladies. Okay. So what we have here is my suggestion for what you do first is this. I label the 2s. This doesn't look much like a 2, but it has to be a 2. This carbon here is not connected to any more carbons. That's a branched carbon. That's the thing sticking off. Okay? Ignoring oxygens is critical. A lot of other 2s are easier to spot. Yeah, I think we have them. And there's a nice hint in this one. I picked one that's not, it's not trivial. But if you look carefully, this carbon here, I'm going to put a highlight on the branched carbons that are not part of the 4 in a row. We got one there, we got one there, we got one there, we got one of these 2 is the branch carbon. Now, I'd like to point out that this here is not bonded to any more carbons once it comes off this chain, right? So I'm pretty sure one of those 2s is the one they're alluding to, or they be me. I'm alluding to in my hint. You can't have 2s really adjacent to 2s. Things don't work out. But it's saying one of those 2s is not a 2. And another big hint without the hint is that there's 5 2s there. There aren't 25 carbons there. So one of the 2s is not a 2. It's going to be a 3 or a 4 or a 1. Okay? We'll work it out from there. Now, starting point should always be, because 99% of terpenes have this, a dimethyl. Do you see a dimethyl on the same carbon on this terpene? I do on the bottom right. Start there, because when you have a dimethyl, one of those methyls is carbon 1, has to be. Okay? You just pick one. It doesn't matter. They're equivalent. So we'll go 1, 2. Well, you don't have to do the 2 again. 1, 2, 3. Now the 4 could be to the right or to the upward to the left. We may be able to get both of them to work, or it may not work. Let me try the one where I think it won't work, and then we'll see why it was a mistake. Good way to learn, right? I'm thinking maybe this 4 might be a mistake. And the reason, well, it might not be either. I might be okay. Ladies and gentlemen, by doing this, you have no choice for this one. Give me a number right now. And don't say 1. 1 has to be connected to 2 in the next circle. It's got to be a 4. Oh, wow. Interesting. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can't use the 4 again. Got to be there. Let's go with a different color circle, shall we? And I don't think it was a deal breaker because this thing's kind of finishing itself. Although I'm a little worried down here about all these straight carbons in a row. Let's do what we did before, and I'll be the same devil's advocate. I'll put this, what do you have to put here? Don't say 3. If you say 3, there's no 4. So what's it got to be? 1. Now, oh, let's put it in red, just be consistent. I'm going to make a purposeful mistake this time. I'm pretty sure it's a mistake. I'm going to go here for 3 and 4. She wants me to go down because she's already played with this thing and she's figured it out. You have to go down, and we're gonna be coming back to what you just said. So don't write what I'm doing right now. All right. So if I did that, I'd get a circle. Nothing wrong with this circle. It's got 4 in a row with a branch off 2, right? I'm looking down here where you see no possibility of, well, that could be a branch, but then that's, I doubt it. There's a problem down there, isn't there? You can just see it. I mean, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can get away with it, but that's going to be your branch. I think this problem gets worse over here, the 2s. Let's do what she said. Going down instead. I think it solves a lot of issues. Notice I'm very careful my circles never overlap. They shouldn't, because carbons never get counted twice. So I don't like lazy circles. Like you accidentally overlap them, I'm not happy about that either. Okay. Now let's talk about how to finish this thing. Let's see. Those are the branches. Don't count those. 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a problem now. Like even now we have a problem. What the heck is that going to be? What? There's no way. If you go 4, 3, there's no 2 connected to the 3. That's not a 2. I'm wondering. Maybe Dr. Whitaker should have looked at the key before he started and see if there was a mistake in the question. That does happen occasionally, by the way. Am I sure I did something went funny? Well, it has to be because it's all by itself. The O's are ignored. I'm pretending they're not there. It's not a carbon, clearly, right? So it has to be a carbon that's all by his lonesome self. I mean, maybe you can make some other adjustment and go away from my hint. You don't have to use my hint. Let's just try some options. We'll go in pink. We go like this. 4, 3. That's just wrong, because then you're going to be circling this, right? And now that highlighted thing never is part of a circle, right? It's just all by its lonesome. So that's no good. And I'm going to try some other things other than that. Let's try 4, 3. Well, 4, 3, 2, 1. That doesn't work. 1, 2. Switch the order of those though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't that, no, the 2 is not a 2. I got problems. Sorry. That was a little wild.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 4, 3,
Here? In there? Where's your?
no.
Oh, and the 2 is a 1? No, 2 can't be a 1. Yeah, maybe. Let's try it. No, we got another issue, but I like how you're thinking. There's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. But then I have the 2 by themselves here, right? No good. And to the 1, 2 by themselves up here, no good. And there's the 5th one.
Professor, can we try to start with the 4 on the edge?
4 on the edge. Which edge?
The edge of the 2.
This 2?
Yeah.
Start with a 4 where? There?
Yeah.
No. Well, you gotta remember how to count. 2 doesn't go to 4.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, and that's enough.
Because if there's a 4 on the top, it makes everything around the 3.
If there's a 4 up here,
Yeah.
then that's a 3. Well, that can't be a 3. You got to get this circled, or you're done. Yeah, this video might be redone. Yeah, I'm not happy. Anybody? Hey, can somebody look at the key for? I think it's fall 16. While we're doing this, we're out of luck on this one. I think I can circle things I see though. There's the branch. 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna try this bold circle here. And that just rendered the fact that that was the one that wasn't the 2. And now we're 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's nothing wrong with this circle, right? You agree? There's a branch off the 2, that's the highlighted one. The highlight above the 4 is irrelevant now. Because I said that wasn't a branch anymore, so. And what's left doesn't, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't give a terpene. I get almost all credit here. I mean, you can leave it at this. You know, sometimes things go wrong and you've got a lot of points and you don't want to start over because then you're going to unget your points to fix things. And then you might not come out with a, what do you call it, a net gain. If I erased everything now and started over, all those partial credits you got to get again. You know what I'm saying? I'd move on right now. And you would, if this was the first one, say it's out of 5 for these circles because there's 2 molecules. I got a 4.5. I did. You definitely know what you're doing. Did you find the key?
No, I tried to.
You tried a different way and got it to work? I want to see yours. Is it okay if I show it on the screen for everybody?
I changed the one on top.
Okay. I am going to fold her name over. And let's see how this works. Sometimes we get good video with our camera. And that's me. So she's got, it's not, the pencil doesn't show up that great, but I think you can see it, right? There you go. So I'm judging from over here that it looks nice. Yeah, I think she started with us.
Yeah, no,
She started here with us. And the green one on the screen from before, she changed and just did it on the top up here. Straight across instead of me, I went down. But you got it to work, see? So even the guy that loves the terpenes is not, not unfallible, as they say. Okay. So we got that. She's got she better have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. And let's, was there a problem with that? I didn't have enough 2s to start with. Share screen. We're gonna go where the circles are. And This would be fun. It's not letting me undo a lot of things. I could do it over here, and I'll just copy what she's got. And we started with a red one. And we went up there. And then she's got a baby blue one. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then up here, we went with the green one. She changed the green one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from the red, we're going to go with a new color. Go with hot pink. We went down here. Let's make sure that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's definitely not your normal 2. I should have given a better clue. The better clue would have been one of the branches is also attached to other carbons would be a better clue. My clue threw me off. This carbon here is not really a branch to like a highlighted carbon, although in her circle it is, right? In the pink circle, it's the lone carbon off of 4 in a row, isn't it? Yeah, but that carbon's never usually attached to other carbons. That's why we call it the lone carbon. So that would have been a better hint. The lone carbon on one of the circles is attached to more carbon. That's not normal. And then she finished it off with just what's left. What's left is a circle. We got a highlighter going. So the video took a while, but you know, we learned it's a trial and error process. Black circle. Don't usually have those. Did this work? And you know, we should have started with our 2s. And that works. And if we put the other numbers down, it really helps us with our connections. Oh, that's a 4. A terrible 3. I know what the problem is. My screen's not on the table. Can I blame that for everything? All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, any connections that are not head to tail, this is perfect because in the last 2 days doing this, we have not yet had a head to head connection. There's one. It happened. And there's a 3 to T. What's that mean? I don't think we did connections in your section. We never got this far. 3 to tail. I want you calling number 4 a tail. When you describe it, it's called a tail. And number 1 is called a head. And I don't want to hear about head to tail connections because they're dull. They're boring. In terms of biochemistry, they're happening in every species ever. It's the other connections that make things get interesting. Yeah, I'm not done. I haven't finished my number. I got to call this a B to T. You never see that kind of short form. What do you think B stands for? This is the exception, you know. Branch carbon never has bonds, but here is the exception, it does. And I have a B to 3 as well on the left, right? B to 3. That's that one. And I have a head-to-head again down on the bottom left. Be doing these in more blue. And I have a T to T.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, no. Any bond has just 2 carbons bonded. Don't give me 3 numbers, please. Don't confuse the crap out of me. I need a connection between circles, like a covalent bond between circles, and I need the number and inside one circle bonded to the number inside the next circle. Did I miss any that are not head to tail? I missed a 2 to tail. Do you see it? There's a 2 to tail right here. 2 to T. The 2 in one circle is covalently bonded to the T in another circle. And there's a 2 to T right beside it on the left, too. 2 to T. This one's chock full of weird connections. This is a fascinating terpene. That's what I call it. T to 2 or 2 to T. You can write it one time and do 2 arrows because it works in 2 different directions. You can do that. And so we did parts A and B on the left because we messed up.
How many options do you have?
Oh, all possible options between things. Or do you want to do math? No, it's not worth doing math because it's not going to help you with the question. Trial and error. She asked how many possible connections are there? Well, there's not head to tail. We don't have to outline all of them. And I promise on your test, the branch will not be a weird one like this. How's that? It's on record. Video 10-12. Okay. Yours will not have a funny connection. All right, AB. C was, they got a box for C. What, this one has 5 circles. Nope. Yep. That's 25 C's. It's not one of the monos or dis or tris, is it? It's the short one. C terpene. You know, I think I just had a flashback from another video fairly recently. I said you'll see often in older books, and I misspoke. I just realized it now. I don't know how this happened. Older books, they'll call C terpene. The old video said this. They say C terpene, which is totally wrong. No. I doubled up the wrong part. They C terpene. I don't know why they did that. That is an alternate for C terpene that I don't think anybody in this room is going to pick. Okay? This is the same. Or terp. Oh, I didn't even have the second R. There it is. 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles.
How do you say 30?
Try. TRI. Got to watch the video from Monday night. It's got them all outlined and how to learn them.
So for C, try
C terpene. These are the same molecule.
Oh,
I goofed up on this side where I was supposed to do my circles. Normally I would have had a pencil and erased everything and just did it there. But you know, I'm on a computer here and I'm doing it here. So please don't do your circles on the right side, but you did it in class. No, don't do that. Okay. Oh, go ahead. Oh, I saw her thing. Yeah. You ready for doing asterisks on stereo centers? Oh. You might be the guy that doesn't get one because I didn't print enough copies. We're having one of those days. 1 second. We're going to go here. I'm going to print 1 copy. I hope. And we're going to go here. And we're going to do stop and back to it. We're going to put asterisks on the stereo centers. We're supposed to do it down here, but there's a lot of stuff there. We're going to do it over here. I can clear out a little room, I think. Clear out a little room this way. Aborted circle. But oh. Okay. You guys been practicing stereo centers. We're going to use purple. Definitely a stereo center there. Never SP2. Some of you have that. Every time you picked an SP2 stereo center on your exam, I wrote never SP2. Trust me, these people exist. Oh, don't put double stars. I don't know why I did that. I've seen that too. Haven't figured out an explanation for it. Don't put a star down here. Why not? Why is that a bad spot? Dimethyl, that's right, but there's one up here. Correct? Did I get them all? You think I missed one? No, I don't think I missed one. So the answer to part F, 2 to the power of how many stereo centers? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Please don't panic on me now.
256.
Oh, wow. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Here's what I do. I go over here. I go to dashboard. I'm looking for test 2, any of the test 2s from recent history. Sorry, taking a second here. These are big. Test 2. A lot of test 2s. And near the bottom. And right near the bottom. My goodness. We're putting our vote in for worst video ever for this one. All right. So please don't memorize how to do 2's to the power of, because on every test 2 ever, one of these multiple choice questions has the powers of 2 in order. Which one? Don't say number 2. Number 3. So it's probably 3 on yours. I can almost guarantee it. I'm liking the first 3 questions. I'm liking all of these questions. In fact, I'm not going to change any of these questions at all. We're just going to have a new molecule, which changes every question, doesn't it? Okay. But you know where I'm coming from. So we need to the, what was it, 8? It's the 8th answer. There's 2 to the 0, right? Oh, no, down here. 2 to the 1. 2 to the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 256, like the young man said. Okay. And I think it's down to functional groups and how many possible, we did stereoisomers. There is a question I do like to ask. Of these 256 possible isomers, how many do you think exist in nature? Now, why would a teacher ever ask a question like that? Because the answer is on one of the extremes, right? That's what they do. And nature assembles these molecules using enzymes, right? And there's only one way for the things to come together. There's only one direction the stereo centers get made each time with these active sites in these enzymes. So generally, that's the only isomer you're going to see is the one isomer that you find in nature. And you're saying, well, which one's that one? Well, you go on this exam, this molecule is probably there 2 or 3 times. There's one that shows at stereo centers. That's the natural one. And are we finished with this except for functional groups? Functional groups. We'll do it on the left because we have a little more room. I'd have another hint here. Control hint. Control T. There you go. Tip. Chem 242 preview. We like those. A carbon that is a diether is called a acetal. I guess that'd be an acetal. But I'm sticking with that. A acetal. That is a carbon that is a diether. So it goes ether in 2 different directions. Okay? You see one of those? Because it's not a ether like you would think it's an ether. So we're going to point over here, and we'll do it in red or pink. See, that's an acetal. Wow. That's an acetal. It's an ether to the left and an ether to the right. Everything else is a functional group you are responsible for. So tell me what this one is, which is the same as this one. The carbon has an OH on it, and it's not a carbonyl carbon. No. There are 2 functional groups with hydroxyl. Hydroxyl is not a functional group. Alcohol. Now, every time you give me alcohol, I need a number and a degree sign. Tertiary, yeah. Tertiary alcohol.
And the O at the bottom is the ketone.
The O on the bottom is a ketone. What about the other alcohol?
It's a tertiary too.
Yeah. On this one, I'm going to point out something else. I'm going to point out something else. It's only the sp3 alcohols get classified. Another tip. Only sp3 alcohols get classified as primary, secondary, tertiary. And we got that. So that's, and even a bit later in this course, we're talking test 3. Test 3, you're going to learn that this alcohol is very special. It's attached to an alkene. Do you agree? Would you be surprised if you learned right now that that's called an enol? Good name, right?
Do we need this for that?
No, you don't need it for your test. But it's a special alcohol attached to an alkene. It's called an enol. You won't have an enol on yours, okay? And I'm just putting I'm going to put an asterisk there. Why didn't he put the degree sign? Asterisk explains why. And that's it for this molecule. And I think this cursed video is maybe finally over, but I don't know. She's got another hydroxyl group, so I'm not done. Oh, and I pointed to this one and this one? Yeah, that's the tertiary one, and this is the secondary one. And that's the acetal. And we are mercifully done.